Hey, Joe Escobedo here, and today I'll be sharing how I went from getting all my meeting requests rejected to now building relationships with successful CEOs and other industry leaders. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is perhaps the most important quote for today. It says, "You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you." This is from the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and it is so true. I'll talk about why this is so important in a little bit, but I want everyone to keep this in mind when you're watching the rest of this video. So the first thing you want to do is you want to compliment, don't flatter. So what's the difference between complimenting and flattery? So complimenting is being genuine. It comes from the heart. Flattery is essentially just saying, you know what, you look great, but there's nothing behind it. You can tell it's a self-interest. So we really want to focus on complimenting, not flattering. So what do I mean by that? So here's an example. I saw this great video this gentleman had done, and I wrote and I posted and I said, this is the most effort I've seen any B2B brand put into their videos in terms of creativity. And I generally meant it. I was extremely impressed by the quality and creativeness of this video. That led to this gentleman and him appearing on my podcast. So once again, it started with me being genuinely interested in him and the work he'd been doing. We built a relationship off the back of that. He's going to be coming on my podcast. Once again, this is a very, very senior executive, very busy, very difficult to get access to. But by genuinely being interested in him and his work, we're able to facilitate a relationship. Step 2 is credits, not debits. So what's the difference between credit and debit? So you think about it from a bank account point of view. You want to make sure that you're adding value to the relationship, not withdrawing. And I think it's what a lot of people try to do, whether you're a salesperson or you're trying to pitch to the media. You are trying to withdraw something from a relationship. So you want to make sure that we're depositing or we're crediting that account as much as possible before making an ask. So here's a quick example. Once again, is this debiting or crediting? Am I depositing into the relationship or am I withdrawing? So for me, this is a withdrawal. It's simply, he did no research on me whatsoever. He's just simply trying to sell his or her services. So once again, this is a prime example of withdrawing from a relationship. Now here's another example of one I got when I was writing at Forbes. And he did something very smart. So when you see in the second line, it says, "I'm interested in winning industry awards and getting top tier media coverage." Now you might think that sounds pretty selfish, but actually at the time, my LinkedIn profile said that. So he was essentially copying and pasting, making sure that I knew that he actually read my pieces and my profile. And then at the end, he says, "Look, I'm happy to, if you name any quotes, I'm happy to promote the content. I'm pretty good at promoting content." So now this is something that's a value add to me. As a journalist, I don't have time to promote my content. So if someone can help me do that, that is a great value add and something very beneficial to me. So this is an example of depositing into a specific account. Next, this is perhaps one of my favorites, is to make them the hero. Make your audience, make whoever you're trying to build a relationship with the hero. Now, a lot of times when we think about it from our point of view, we want to make ourselves the hero. Now, let's go through a quick example and see what that looks like. Alright, so this is an example of what I see all the time on LinkedIn in particular, is these certification or accreditation posts where they're just patting themselves on the back. They're making themselves look great. The thing is, nobody cares about that except for maybe you and your mother. What we care about is ourselves. So how can you make us, or whoever you're trying to build a relationship with, the hero? So my approach has always been to spotlight or highlight different executives. So whether it's been through my interviews with Forbes or my podcasts, if you notice, most of the people I feature are the people themselves. So these are the heroes. I just happen to be a supporting character. So once again, from the visuals to the story to the messaging, it's all about them. It's about making them look great. So that has been my key ingredient to building relationships with some of the most successful executives and entrepreneurs around the world. So quick recap. You want to make sure that you're complimenting genuinely. Don't flatter, because people can see through that. You want to make sure you're crediting, not debiting into an account. And you want to make sure that you're making your audience the hero. If you do that, I guarantee you'll be able to build relationships with whoever you want. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you listening. Happy networking. My name is Joe Escobedo. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Thanks so much.